Well, the racing fans here at the Canaan USA don't miss anything. One thing, Paul Mary, can you hear me? Paul? It's so loud out there. In the 92, runs third. And a veteran dirt track driver. And he won the first feature race in the 91 season here at the Canaan USA. Fifth. Gene Munger, who was a feature winner here in the 91 season, is sixth.
Bet you that's Marty. Because I told him last Saturday night about the show, that maybe we bring my super up there.
Greg Forrest from Thompson, Vermont in the 14.
That was a good move.
8th, 9th, our 1990 track champion Gary Siemens in the number 5 out of Lyme, New Hampshire. Starting 10th, a driver that's had a really great end here in the 91 campaign, Woody McLeod in the 37 out of Andover. Butch Clarkson, Canaan's constant finish here in from Canaan, New Hampshire. In the 05, Al Burbank, Butch Burbank in the 02, I should say, from Thornton, New Hampshire. In the 94, it's Ray Horde from Fulton, Vermont. In the 79, Gary Griswold from Wells River, Vermont. The number 2, Charlie Locke from Springfield, Vermont. In the number 20, Lawrence Filipio from Pittsburgh, Vermont. In the number 25, Larry Layton from Moulton, New Hampshire. The 84, it's Jim Elliott from Woodsville, New Hampshire. In the number 96, Wally Langlois from Newport, New Hampshire. In the 13, it's Frank Horn from Manchester, Vermont. In the 43, Richard Green.
Yellow, that one. Number 2.
From Croydon, New Hampshire. In the 66, Bix Johnston from Troy, New Hampshire. In the 22, Mike Primno from Boosey, Vermont. And we are ready to go green here for the Canaan USA Speedway Canaan Cup. As we bring the green down for a 50-lap feature. The biggest event that we have ever had here at the Canaan USA Speedway. $20,000 show. The green is out as the modifieds go at it. So the green comes out as they go bumper to bumper, wheel to wheel. Randy Howe and Paul Parker are your early leaders. Randy Howe flat out with Paul Parker as they come out of turn number 1 and 2. It'll be Randy Howe showing the way to last traffic for the 84 of Tim Elliott. Paul Parker, so the young driver against an old veteran out there as they go side by side. Randy Howe outside, Parker inside. Howe loses it up in the second turn. Paul Parker takes the lead. Yellow on the speedway. Caution comes out in lap number 4 for the first time here. And second. And the green comes out. 14 spins around Greg Fry. they bounce around coming out of the fourth turn. Frost really looking at trouble up there, but everyone got through. We'll have to check to make sure he is okay, because he got bounced around in really horrible shape up there in the fourth turn. Greg Frost out of Thompson, Vermont, and that number 14 modified. Modified. Ed Tobin is now fifth. Fast Eddie is fifth. Ron Butch Watson up to sixth. Parker pulls the trigger, puts them 73 in front in turn one as they come out of that fourth turn, wheel to wheel. Caution for Gene Mungo spinning up in turn four. Speedway. In 1991, the 22 that's just going down into the first turn there. That's Mike Bruno.
Not yet.
He runs Frogtown.
Notice the mud on the hood of the
and
roof.
Hogansburg.
Give him a couple laps and watch it start flying.
So we're ready to go back racing here. The modifiers will work the water into the speedway, and we will bring them on here.
Great shot inside the
full
cab.
power
All the mud inside.
in a very few minutes. You are all there. There's the flags. He is ready to bring them on here. The green is out. Paul Parker is your leader. Frank Keene running second. 01, Butch Paulson has moved up to third in lap number 5. Parker remains your leader in that number 73. Some of the guys moving from the back of the pack now, making a bid for the front. Here comes Frank Keene, your second place machine, the number 98. Austin runs third, the 51. In the 01, then it's the 51. Butch Burbank pulls up in the 02 as he gets up with the leaders. Parker is still your leader in lap traffic down the backstretch. Frank Keene looks at lap traffic in the 98. Some smoke coming out of Layton's number 25. Butch Blogston hangs on to third in the 01 as he challenges the 51 as they go side by side first and second turn. Lee Nutting in the 51 moves up to third place as they look at lap traffic on every turn here at the Speedway. Paul Parker, a veteran driver, has himself in lap traffic as they run wheel to wheel, door handle, knocking on Evans' door, flat out racing here at the Canaan USA Speedway. Parker remains your leader. Nutting in the 51 is third. The 98, Frank Keene is second. And we have a 5-lap pileup down in turn 4. 78, Fast Eddie. 96, the 01, the 25. And we are checking on Eddie Tobin, who really took a ride there. Looks like a T-bone crash in the fourth turn. As we'll bring it all back together here, the Canaan Fast Squad is right over there with the safety vehicle to see if Eddie is all right in that number 98. That was a hard run. But Butch Clarkson was running a strong show. And now they'll try to hook onto the 96 or the 78 to get those machines separated. Okay, well, they usually say it's a different ball game, but in stock car racing it becomes an altogether different race when the caution comes down and some of the cars that are in the same lap are allowed to join the leader. And this is what it's all about here, is when the caution is out, this means Paul Parker, who had a lot of work in lap traffic. Green is out. Parker in the 73. Keene in the 98. Nutting in the 91. Randy Howe comes back up in the number 8 modified. Parker leads them one more time down the backstretch in that number 73. Frank Keene running second on the field. Third on the grid in the number 91. Yellow. Caution on the speedway. And it looks like we're going to call for a little more moisture on the speedway. With 16 laps down. And Bobby Levine will take advantage of that caution and bring the number 9 back into this event. Here it And along with the drivers having a working out today, I'm sure that pit crews are doing their job as these cars are entering the pit area in lap number 16. And that's for fuel. And they tell me this super modified is Marty Vachon, okay, we're back. And then touring the stands, I found out that we are selling 50-50 tickets today. So make sure you pick up a 50-50 ticket. And this and these are the number of the 10 cars in the same lap. 73, 98, 91, 51, 8, 6, 37, 13, 14, and 02 are all in the same lap. The green is out. Paul Parker in the 73 is the leader. Butch Jolly in the 91 running second. Frank Keane third. And a pile up in turn number 2. Just as we come out of turn number 2, the number 20, as we can see from here, then we've got a real sandwich affair out there, as we've got one modified sandwich right in between two others. And the R&W towing service here this afternoon. Bob Aaron brings the green out. So they all go after Paul Parker. He is the rabbit on the rail. We have a collision, the 51, the 02, the 14. They pile them up in turn number 2. R&W to the rescue again. This time, Butch Clarkson was able to drive away from it in the 01. Ed Tolman is back. Fast Eddie has returned to the scene in the number 78. Gary Siemens is back in the number 5 car. So they get... And Bob Aaron has the flags in hand, and he is ready to bring the green back out here as they battle for position. Parker is the leader, but the number 91 and 8 up in the second, up in the 4th turn on the start had a problem as they pull the trigger out of the Parker serve. He still leads this event. It'll be Frank Keane running second in the 98 as he takes the outside position. Then it's Butch Elms in the number 6 running third on the field, C.V. Elms. And then in 4th, the green is out. Is your leader. Butch Elms puts the number 6 second on the field as he gets through the start out of turn number 4 in good shape. Elms moves into the turn number 4. Keane and Langlois come back at it here. Frank Keane is running second, I believe, the 96. Is one lap down. 73, Parker leads it. Frank Keane running second. Third place looks like the number 13. Frank Hood from Manchester, Vermont. In the 13. Is the third place car. And it looks like Butch Elms would be posted as the 4th place car right now on the speedway. Your leader is the 73, Paul Parker. It's been that way all afternoon for Parker in the 73. Second place, Frank Keane in the 98. Third place, the 13. Frank Hood. Fourth place, it's C.V. Elms in the number 6. Parker remains in command of this event in that number 73 as he works his way through traffic. Here comes your leader, the 73 of Paul Parker. 24 laps down as we come to the halfway point. The 25th lap coming up. Elms hits the wall in the number 6. Here comes the caution. Caution is out in lap number 24. Yellow on the speedway before we could... As we look at the top 5 cars, as I look over the shoulder of the scorers here at the speedway, they certainly have been working hard this afternoon. Paul Parker, the 73. 98, Frank Keane. Then it's the 13, the 8, and the 37. Woody McLeod is 5th in that number 37 modified. So McLeod has been running strong here all afternoon in that number 37. At the halfway point, it'll be Paul Parker with 25 laps to go. Frank Keane in the 98. Frank Hood in the 13. Randy Howard in the 8. And Woody McLeod in the 37. The 84 Elliott spins up in the second turn. Jim Elliott in trouble as the yellow comes out on the speedway. Six laps down. The green is back out with Paul Parker in the 73. Your leader, Keane running second. Third place, the number 8, Randy Howe. Fourth place, the 13, Frank Hood. Fifth place, Woody McLeod in the 37. But McLeod gets up and is now running third in the 37. McLeod is on the move in at number 37 modified. He is showing third. Keane is second in the 98. Parker still leads in the 73. So Woody McLeod right now is really having a great day at the races here in the 37. Randy Howe is fourth. Fifth in the 13 now is Frank Hood. And a real super battle here all afternoon for the Canaan Cup. Parker is your leader as he comes by in lap number 30. 20 laps to go for Paul Parker and the rest of the show here at the Canaan USA Speedway. Modified V8s are really pouring it on now as they come out of turn number 4. Parker and Keane, your first 2 cars. Third place, Woody McLeod as he comes up through the lap traffic in at number 37. We have a spin. Langlois is spun it up in turn number 2 and brings caution out onto the speedway for one more time this afternoon. That car, but he is in trouble. of the people that work for him, and they can fix you up with a special present. And we have the 91 back, Butch Jelly, who took advantage of the red, put the 91 in.
That's right, so they go in the pit and they get back up.
19 laps to go for the Canaan Cup in the modified V8 division. Charlie Locke in the number 2 still running. As we get ready for green, the green is out. Spins the number 6 up in turn 4, and he comes back on with Paul Parker leading the show out of turn number 4 this time around. Then we have a car spun up in the second turn, but he's back into the program as we race flat out here. Paul Parker putting the pressure on lap traffic now as he comes through. Paul Parker leads the way in the number 73. Frank King running second. Randy Howard moved up to third in the number 8. Woody McLeod is fourth. Finished the 13. Caution with a 51 sideways down here in the Widowmaker. Nutting in trouble as he brings the yellow out here. And lap number 35, 15 big ones to go.
Want to have my cleaning tomorrow? Want to start cleaning tomorrow morning?
Yeah, really.
Lee Nutting trying to get it fired up. And he does so as he brings the 51 back into the program, and it has been a real super afternoon so far for Paul Parker as he goes after his first Canaan Cup. Frank Keane in a great run by Keane this afternoon in the 98. He has been there. He has started at the back at least 3 times this afternoon and has been able to work his way back up through. He has stayed in the lead laps every time. So the number 8 is third. Woody McLeod is fourth in that number 37. Gene Munger in the 75 is a few laps down, but Gene has had a real super first year here at the Canaan USA Speedway in 91, picking up a feature win. I believe Gene won 2 features in 91. We're looking for green. The green is out. Once again, Paul Parker leads the field in turns 1 and 2. Parker comes by one more time your leader. Frank Keane stays in second place. Randy Howe running third along with William McLeod in the 37 showing fourth. 36 laps down for Paul Parker in the 73 car. As he works his way through lap traffic along with the other leaders out there, Frank Keane in the 98 running a strong second place. third place is Randy Howe, and right with Randy, running fourth is Woody McLeod in the 37. Paul Parker in lap number 40 is your leader. As they complete lap number 40, Parker leads the way. Flat traffic. Elliott in trouble in the number 84 down in turn 2. And your lead cars do get by. Elliott. Yellow comes down on the speedway for the 84 modified as we set the field up one more time. 40 laps down, 10 laps to go. And just a reminder, the six-cylinder modifier 2 weeks ago as we qualified for this event. Those are the first two cars at the top of the six-cylinder modified program due out next year with 10 laps remaining here in this modified B8 show for the Canaan Cup. Certainly a hard afternoon for Jim Elliott in car number 84. And once again, Paul Barrett as the flag's high. The green comes out. Parker comes by in front in lap number 40. Frank Keane still runs second. Third place, back in lap traffic, is Randy Howe. Fourth place, Woody McLeod. And they put the pressure on coming out of turn number 4. And we have a modified that's spun up in the fourth turn, in trouble in number 39. The 39, Carl Valdecca brings the yellow out in the number 39. RW
a lot of good motion, Sean.
up to the 39 modified as Carl Valdecca. 9 modified. And this is the overall champion at the Malta Speedway and at Devil's Bowl for 1991. He won the points championship for those two tracks. He was the 1989 and 1990 track champion at those speedways also. In 91, he did not win a track championship, but he had enough points to win the overall championship for those two tracks. The shot, maybe Randy has run out of fuel or something, because he was up there, he was hit. The green is out. 9 laps to go for Paul Parker, Frank Keane, Woody Howard, Woody McLeod in the 37. As the going gets a little rough up there in the second turn. Parker comes by in front. Woody McLeod runs third in the 37. That's $1,000 to finish third, $1,500 for second, $2,000 for first. 43 laps completed. Paul Parker still your leader in the number 73. go for Paul Parker. The 20 spins down into the infield. Paul Parker, who won the outside pole position 2 weeks ago by winning that first qualifier, is your leader with 5 laps to go. It's Paul Parker in the 73, Frank Keene in the 98. Frank Keene has been there all afternoon, and he has challenged Parker all the way through lap traffic. He has done a really superb job in staying with the leader through lap traffic. Will he make a move at the end here with 3 laps to go? Keene underneath Parker for a second. He was the leader as they work around Charlie Locke in the number 2 car. Frank Keene. 2 laps to go. Keene zeroing in on Parker in the 73. Woody McLeod stays in 3rd place out there in that number 37. 1 lap to go. Bluchow spins with the number 20 right here in the start-finish line. It's the last lap. Can Frank Keene make up for it in the 3rd and 4th turn? Or will Paul Parker take the Canaan Cup in the Canaan Classic in the same year? Parker gets it done in the 73. Frank Keene finishes 2nd. Woody McLeod will finish 3rd in car number 37. And that's as far as I can follow the show here. It is finished. Paul Parker, who has really done a great job here this afternoon, also is really racing's ambassador because he has visited a lot of tracks throughout the season, and he certainly talked up the Canaan USA Speedway, and some of his efforts have brought some of his best competition here. Be right down here to award the Canaan Cup to the guy that got it done here this afternoon. The unofficial finish is 73, 98, 37, and 13, and they really did a super job getting it unwound here this afternoon. Okay, Paul, we'd just like to have a few words with this guy who sort of set the pace here this afternoon, but we certainly want to thank Paul for his efforts because he sort of helped promote this show by visiting different speedways. Congratulations, Paul. Just thanking you for pushing this race to other speedways and getting some of these top drivers out there. Maybe I was just wondering, maybe you wish some of those guys were knocking on your back door. Maybe you wish they weren't there, but you certainly proved that you've got what it takes to win here at the Canaan USA Speedway.
I'll tell you, Frank Keene is awesome, but I don't know how many people realize there was a lot of track champions and a lot of good runners from other speedways here today. Butch Jelly and Dave Camara, they're real strong runners. Butch hasn't run for a long time, but he's won hundreds of shows. This was a good show, and I guess the luck read with me again. Thank you.
Okay, Paul, and thank you. We mentioned some of those drivers, and thanks to Paul getting me fired up, I was able to visit some of those top drivers in the pit so we could have some information on those guys. And Paul is putting the 73 up for the season as we get the 6-cylinder modifieds out there. And certainly it was a good show for Frank Keene, and I guess we're not going to have Frank up here, but Frank Keene certainly did a great job in that number 98. And what about our own Woody McLeod in car number 37? 3rd place finish for a guy that is really coming up